guys, my name is Desiree and I work here at Nestle. At Nestle, we are always looking for fabulous talent like you who are ready to join us on the journey to #Be the Force for Good for ourselves, for our loved ones, our planet, as well as our community. So, if you are a recent graduate or you're about to graduate, we want to congratulate you on this phenomenal milestone so far. Go ahead, give yourself that tap on the back. So, we have created the short and simple video of all the tips of how to go about your interview. For ease of reference, we've broken down this video into little sections before, during, and after the interview to give you all the pointers of what and how to prepare for that interview ahead. So let's go ahead and dive in. Now, first things first before you apply, make sure that CV is cleaned up and ready for submission. Remember, you want to ensure that your resume is as simply designed as possible, like so. Use dark, readable ink and split your content into different sections. Now ease it on that colored ink and all those unnecessary graphics. It really makes your CV very, very hard to read. Now, these are the parts that you need to include within your resume. The summary. This is really the summary of your background, your strengths, all your career goals, all that uniqueness that you want to show people and why you want to be a part of Nestle. Secondly, it's that educational background and coursework. Here, you indicate where you graduated, what you graduated in. It will be very helpful to list all of those modules under your major. Thirdly, your achievements. This is now very important. All the things that you are really proud of. Talk about projects, all those high grades that you've received, every competition that you've been a part of. Remember, don't be shy. No achievement is ever a small achievement, and every achievement is worth recognizing. Number 4, those skills. What are you good at? These could be soft skills, it could be hard skills. Are you good in stakeholder management? Anything to let everybody know and let you shine. And your 5th point, most importantly, is that volunteer work and those professional memberships. This one is optional, but if you have it, it's a cherry on top. Remember all the times that you have been key and very helpful to your community, and you truly were a force for good. Think about the time that you've contributed to your community and have been the force for good.
Now that you have your resume all ready to go, it's time to buckle down and prepare. This is so important as it could make or break your interview. There's nothing worse than coming into an interview unprepared. It's like seeing someone you've met before but forgetting their names. Pretty awkward, right? Well, what is it that you have to prepare for exactly? Firstly, it's important for you to clearly understand what you're applying for. Think about the expectations, responsibilities, and also the timeline, and how you can relate your prior experiences to the role.
Don't forget to also research on the company and interviewers. Find out about the vision of the company, how they're achieving it, what are the company values, and what type of background did your interviewers come from. Look up website or social medias and find commonalities.
When you do your research, prepare some questions that you can ask the interviewers, be it about the company or the role. This will show that you're keen for the opportunity and have done your homework. Lastly, a good and effective way to practice for your interview is to do it in front of a mirror or role play with someone. Remember, practice makes perfect, and it also helps calm the nerve. During this pandemic, you'll most likely have the interviews virtually. Here are some tips about how you can prepare for an effective virtual interviews.
Choose an appropriate background and ensure your surroundings are clean, quiet, and brightly lit. What you don't want is having this in your background. Once you have your room all set up, make sure you use your headphones for better audio. And also set up your device at an eye level to prevent any unflattering angles. Next is an important point. You need to test your device and ensure you have strong internet connection. Make sure you have a strong Wi-Fi signal before and during the interview. Also, you want to remember to close off all the tabs on your laptop and to silence your phone. You don't want any distractions.
Now that we're all set up, it's time to get ready. Whether you're having the interview in person or virtually, always dress to impress. Once you're all ready, make sure you arrive at least 10 to 15 minutes early. As William Shakespeare once said, better 3 hours early than 1 minute late.
Now, people tend to forget this, but did you know that your body language is an important thing you need to pay attention to during the interview process? Posture. Sit up straight. Don't be too tense and stiff. Relax. Your posture will be able to radiate confidence within the interview. Facial expression. Do you know that there is a saying that says you need to make eye contact while speaking with someone? This is important because it tells that person you're actively listening. But please do not stare because this can become so uncomfortable. And also, do not forget to smile. Have you ever been confused during an interview? Don't worry, I got you. First point, conversation starters. It's important for you to have some topics or trends that you could actually use as conversation points between you and the interviewer. And this can be a good conversation starter between you two. The second tip is for you to stop and think. Now, do not panic if you do not hear the question the interviewer posed. You could always ask he or she to repeat or elaborate. Now, this would help you gain clarity as well as for you to gather your thoughts together to give an answer in a very good manner. It's time to get back to the basics. In almost every interview, the first question is, tell me a bit about yourself. Now, this is an opportunity for you to actually showcase your education, your work experiences, if any, as well as your competences. This is not the time to talk about irrelevant things. The next question would usually follow, why do you want to work here, or what do you know about Nestle? Usually you need to do your research, understanding the company's vision, and see how well your goal also aligns to this particular vision. So most importantly, you need to do your research and prepare. Now we're halfway there. I'm going to share with you some very impactful method that would help you do really very well during your interview session. The first one is the STAR method. Now, STAR stands for situation, task, action, and results. S stands for situation. So you could say, there was an event of which you were appointed as a project leader. T, the task. So you were tasked in ensuring all the vendors came on time. A, the action. So you could share an example that what you actually did was to ensure that you followed up with the vendors, ensure that all the logistics that were being responsible or were being needed for this particular event came on site on time and were being fixed just right before the program started. You also ensured that every member within your team that was being given various tasks to do completed their task on time. R, the results. You could share that the program really went really well and how you got a commendation from a manager on a successful event. Yes, the last tip for you is to be authentic. Yes, be yourself. When you're actually yourself during the interview, you express yourself in a very beautiful way and you also radiate confidence during the interview. So yes, stay authentic and be yourself.
The interview is done, but now what? Don't just sit there looking clueless and waiting for that long, awkward silence to pass. Instead, I'll give you 2 big tips. Number 1, make sure to ask your interviewer questions. And this could be any question. What are the next steps in the company's process? Or what's the company culture like? You can even ask your interviewer how you did in the interview. Or you could even ask them, what are some of the expectations from this position? Big tip number 2, make sure to follow up. Always conclude your interview by giving them a little thank you note. Make sure you tell them how excited you are to hopefully one day be a part of this amazing company.
Nestle needs you!
Nestle needs you!
Nestle needs you.
Nestle needs you!